Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well and celebrated and enjoyed their Easter Sunday. As for me, we had a blessed day today, brothers and sisters, uh, uniting, praising uh, Jesus Christ, and receiving His guidance and blessings. Had an awesome day. I hope everybody's doing great. For those who tune in on Restream, Facebook, YouTube, and those who follow my short reel TikToks under HCS895 here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How you doing, bro? How you doing? I sent a link out to cousin Jesse. Uh, what I'll do for the meantime is share to the groups that I share on Facebook. Oh yeah, that was a lot of food. Thank you, Jesus, for providing the meal today. We had a big meal. I don't know who watched WrestleMania, but that's what I was doing. Is we're watching WrestleMania, seeing John Cena win his 17th title reign. Okay, and I'm shared to all the groups I shared to now. Yes, there's a crazy WrestleMania. Of course, all that is staged and it's part of the storyline. But sometimes I've been watching wrestling for a very long time. As far as I can remember, going to a tent when wrestling was intense, believe it or not, because they didn't have the facilities that they have now. But like in South Texas, I remember in the early '70s, I think I was like 2 years old. They had a big old giant tent, like a circus tent, set up, and it was from WWE. They had set it up in Harlingen, Texas. That's what they were at, and Andre the Giant was there. I was just a kid. I mean, 2 years old. I believe he picked me up, but I remember how he looked. Of course, he was younger than as he got older, he got bigger. But I remember him. There was guys breaking chairs on their head and stuff like that. But it was part of the WWE. I think it was at that time it was called WWF. Uh, but yeah, they were down there. I remember, or they were called. It might have been called something else, but it was in the times of when what was a champion that they had at the time, and it just all I remember seeing Andre the Giant. He was barely starting his career. He was young. I think it was a time when the father of Vince McMahon still ran it. There we go, cousin Jesse. It's right there. Yeah, yeah, it was a long time ago, but I remember being there, and there was a guy selling peanuts. They were selling hot peanuts and stuff like that. But they are part of the WW. I don't think it was called W World War Federation at the time. It was called something else. It was when Vince Senior ran it. It was called something else because it was like 72, 73. I just remember the name before WWF. It had a different promotion. How are you doing beyond the box? So cousin Jesse's in shock because King Simi won.
Man,
So he's in shock right now. The
hey
John
man,
Cena won the championship belt,
I'm
the
calling
WWE
up.
belt.
This is the bullshit flag right there. I'm throwing the bullshit flag, dude. That's some bull, man. Hello, Beyond the Box. Hello, Lerny. Hello, Linda. Hello, Juan Avila.
He beat Ric Flair's
Yep.
numbers, but I think Ric Flair is actually he's got like 19 or higher numbers than that as champion because
Well,
he had won
he only had
championships
16.
everywhere.
He only had 116, man. When he used to travel. The world heavyweight championship that he had was given to him, and he just went around and defended it, man. So yeah, he only really ever had one.
But then he got 16 different titles. He won like in different promotions belts.
Hi, my bro. Oh, how you doing, Bounty Bear?
So that's what we were doing. My bro, we couldn't find HEB open. All the HEBs were closed where I lived
How you doing, Whoop Den?
this afternoon. So we went to Harker Heights and bought some meats, and that's what we did. Threw a cookout. Thanks to my bro, we threw down, man, some steaks and
You tell him I said hi, man.
fajita steaks and stuff like that. A pork sirloin, and man, it was a lot of food, man.
Damn, I feel like I missed out, cause
I got full. I got full. I'm still full right now. But then seeing John Cena win the belt is like, man, come on.
I need Pepto Bismol after that. Make my
Uh,
stomach feel good.
cousin Jesse had sprayed his hair blonde like Cody Rhodes, uh, doing all the moves and stuff,
Oh
thinking he
no,
was gonna
man. I
win.
was I was standing there like Randy Orton.
And the big surprise of the night was watching Dominic Mysterio win the belt, and the
Man,
crowd started cheering for him.
he was due, man. He was due. Uh, he been wrestling for what 5 6 years now. He was about time he won a major championship, man.
He had won one a long time ago, but it was like they cheated. But yeah, man, all the people were cheering for him. Yeah. So
I
how's everybody?
can't
How was everybody's Easter?
I can't believe that Becky Lynch came back and they won the tag team titles, man.
Hmm.
That was like what?
How's everybody's Easter? I hope everybody
I hope everybody hit the eggs.
beyond the box.
Beyond the box always makes us go, ooh, be snacks. Speaking of Scooby Snacks, the dog of mine is trying to come out of my room. Uno más, uno más.
What is he doing?
It's jumping up on the door to let me know he wants out. But she has to go to bed, man. Josh, happy Resurrection Day, the whoop in. I just stayed home learning. I don't have any small children, so just stayed at home. You know what I did with my bros? I took my mother to the flea market here in Fort Worth, man, and I told her stand right here, stand right here. I'm gonna go park the truck, dude. I spent 4 hours looking for her. I made like 15 trips around the whole damn flea market and couldn't find her.
Oh man,
Yeah, man. I called my brother Gilbert and told him that what happened, and by the time he got there, just in luck, man, I stepped away from the flea market and looked out in the parking lot, and I found her. I was like, man, I'm never bringing you to the flea market again. Almost wore a hole in my new winos, man.
that's the one that's big. The flea market, no?
No, it's a pretty big one, man. It's right here in Fort Worth, man. I didn't take her outside the barrio. It's here in the north side of Fort Worth. She wanted to go to the big one out there in Grand Prairie, man. If I would have lost her over there, I never would have found her. Came home, man, and laid around, all busted up, man. All my lower extremities were hurting. So, needless to say, I slept the rest of the afternoon, maybe 2 hours before the wrestling started. Dude, primo, I would look into because it's covered, right? The all the spots are covered by a roof, and I would look, man, and I couldn't see a damn thing, dude. It was so dark down in there, I couldn't see anything, dude. And then I'd come out in the sun, and I'd be blinded because of the glare, man. So it was a lose situation, but like I said, I finally found her, man.
It's
You're walking
crazy.
around. I did 17 trips, man, all the way around that damn thing, man. And I go this way, then I get to the end going this way like this, and I come back that way like that, and I crisscross. Yeah, I found her out in the parking lot.
No, I just want to say that Jesus Christ is amazing, man. He he's done a lot of things for me daily, and it keeps on blessing me just for staying humble and obedient, and doing the works, the spiritual works. Just here to say that, no, I feel spiritually blessed daily, man, with uh, with Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father. You know, uh, gives me the, what do you call it? Gives me the animal encouragement to continue to do the works that I do, because I know that we we've helped out a lot of people spiritually, for those that they really wanted the help, right? Because we've had people on the show that come up and they already know what path that they're on, or some of them were being spiritually targeted, spiritually bonded, in which we felt there's some that they had the negative attachments on them. Instead of giving us the time to pray for them or talk about and rebuke them in Jesus Christ, they will flee. And you know what I'm talking about, cousin Jesse. Uh, we had people come. They might not have been on our show, but talking directly to us through a phone, saying that they're going to do this and threatening us in many ways. A guy that thought he was a clown of some sort. You know,
He was a clown, all right. Clown
it was,
shoes.
yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of things, but that's a normal for me. I'm used to it, but it's not going to stop me from doing the spiritual works that I do. Speak about the balance, how to deal with the balance, how to deal with the things of the balance. That's what we would like to do here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I do have some pictures of some of the way some of these guys were acting. I mean, but I don't know if I should even place them on there because you can feel
The
the
negativity.
negative. Yeah, you can feel the negative energy off of them. Um, and the negative energy or negative attacks that they had on them. Which you could see it in the pictures. You could feel it or the things that they were saying. But that's when we're supposed to type on rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. You know, as part of spiritual warfare. So,
Well,
what's some of the craziest moments, cousin, that you witnessed dealing with a balance that way that you knew that the person that was coming at you a certain way that it was they had a negative attachment on them that you witnessed that something was awry with them, like it could have been a complete stranger or someone that you crossed paths with
it
that you
was
could tell
that
that they had an unclean spirit in them.
it was a guy that asked me for spare change at the store down the street, man. Cause he was acting kind of funny, staring at me kind of funny, man. And then he asked me for if I had any spare change, so I gave him some spare change, and he looked at me, man, when I gave it to him, and then I blessed him, and all of a sudden my money smelled bad. He was like holding it like that, so I took it back and go, "Oh, change not good enough for you." So I reached in my wallet, man, and I gave him like $4, and I blessed him again, and he gave me the nastiest look, man. And then he grabbed my money like this, dude, like it smelled bad, and he took off walking with it like that, man. And I almost I almost did something I shouldn't have done, man. But I'm glad I kept my ego in check, man. But yeah, he acted really really weird, man. Like when I blessed him, like I was cursing him, man. So yeah, that guy was off. Uh, I
So
saw him.
you try to give them the acts of kindness, which is part of love.
Hmm.
Because I remember one time that somebody said that they didn't want the money or they threw you back the money. And you spoke about incident like that.
Yeah, it was that same guy. I just saw him again the other day, man. This time he stayed away from me. He wouldn't even talk to me. He recognized me on the spot, dude. The truck that I'm driving, man. If you met me before and I've been in that truck, you're gonna recognize that truck immediately, man. No, my bros. I wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna take the money back once I gave it to him. I was gonna give him a beating, is what I was gonna do, man. But like I said, I kept my ego in check, and I just let him go about his way, man. Just if you're asking for money and somebody gives you money and you react in that way, that's nothing but disrespect. And I'm one of those people that, to me, it's all about respect, man. But like I said, I kept myself in check because I kind of figured there was something on him, and I just let him make it. That's what I did. I just let him make it. Now he stays away from me because he knows if he comes at me, I'm just gonna bless him again and make him run away.
Yeah, sometimes when somebody's being bonded by unclean spirits, that it's kind of like they they say certain things, but they try to stay away or run away from you because they see the light that's within you. If you have Jesus Christ in your life and you believe in them, right, in true faith, then that means that you have a love foundation. So those unclean spirits that are individuals see the light that's within you. Uh, so yeah, they're gonna try to not want to get the money, or they're gonna try to stay away from you because they know that you have the spiritual capability of casting them out of the host or vessel that they've uh, taken over, because you have the ability to tie, bind, and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, or help out the individual. Once they flee, then you're able to talk to the real person or the real spirit that's in charge of the vessel, which you give them your wisdom and knowledge, so they can you explain to them how you found them, what happened, how they were acting, so they could take the time to ask God for forgiveness and repent for their sins. The only way that things like that can be upon somebody if they have a spiritual opening. So you try to cover every angle or corner where there's a way that the associate forces are using those things of their past, and you correct it. Tell them how to correct that spiritual opening.
Yeah, I learned me. I'm one of those old, very old, fashioned guys, man. That to me, respect is everything, man. I'll give you respect as long as you give me respect. The moment you don't respect me, then we're gonna have a problem, and we're gonna have to settle it as men.
There's a question for you.
It's all right, runner. I'm good, man. Primo knows me well.
Here, Darden.
We're glad to see you again, man. It's been a while, runner. Glad to see you here. Welcome.
Yeah, this the spirits, right? This DDN, unclean spirits, they've been here for a very long time. They know different languages. They know what's within you. They know what's happened in the past, in the present, and at times they might know the future, right? But the one that controls the destiny of the future is the Heavenly Father. Uh, that He's able to teach us or guide us spiritually to get prepare us for what's to come. He's not going to place something in the path that we're not able to handle. He's going to place something in the path because He knows where we can overcome it spiritually. But yeah, the spiritual warfare is very real. That's why I tell y'all, don't believe in this, don't believe in that, because belief is giving something power. If you start believing in it, DDN, unclean spirits, Bigfoot's, Mothman, all that, you're believing that those things are real, then if those things are demonic or an unclean spirit, right? Same thing. They'll use that as a spiritual opening to attach themselves to you, to keep you bonded, keep you distracted, keep you thinking the wrong way, because that's all the things that they do before they try to take some kind of possession over that vessel, because they want that what's within the vessel, the spirit. That's why I always talk about being spiritual ready at all times, washing your Q's and P's, not to give them a spiritual opening, but to be ready to fight spiritually through Jesus Christ, because that's the only way that anybody's going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. And there's number one source of anything is like this. There could be all kinds of spiritual gifts of discernment, but those spiritual gifts of discernment are meaningless if it doesn't have a love foundation, because that's the most important out of all of them is a love foundation, which will
Welcome,
make
Monica
those
H.
other spiritual gifts more keen and stronger, make you stronger spiritually. Let me see some of the comments here. Yeah, what
Ah,
do you
cómo
think?
joder. Ay, ay. You're making yourself a mess. Get out of my room.
Okay. I'm just trying to awaken my brothers and sisters spiritually. That's the main goal here in spiritual encrypted encounters. Awaken my brothers and sisters spiritually and let them know that all is possible through Jesus Christ. There's there's no obstacle the enemy can place in front of you that the Heavenly Father is not going to leave you astray, but he's going to assist you spiritually to overcome the trials and tribulations that come your way. The main goal of is no matter what is happening, right? We still have to maintain our heavenly love foundation and be obedient in that way to overcome the unseen forces. Well, here's cousin Jesse with his little dog, Weddle.
He
Is it
was
Weddle?
making la güera. She was making a nuisance of herself, scratching up my door. That's enough, loving. I'm about to put you on the floor. Monica H says, hello, Jesse and Marranito. Looks like somebody gave you a new nickname, cousin.
Who's that?
Monica H says, hello, Jesse and Marranito. Yeah, she's really, really spoiled beyond the box. Hey, wait, go play. Ándale.
I think she used to watching the Cocaine Bear or
Yeah,
Cocaine World. The one that said that. I mean, I'll
Hey,
put them up.
primo, and the cocaine word was like, woo. Stop it. Oye, oye, ya estuvo suave. She said, no, it put it there and never changed it.
Oh, Barranito name?
Yeah.
What's she talking about? On the
Yeah, that DDN they called you Marranito in Elms Grove, I believe.
oh, my name here says Marranito.
Yeah, it says Marranito on there.
Wow,
I
I
thought you
never
noticed.
noticed that.
I thought you noticed.
Marranito. That's weird.
Who did that? You gonna change it or just gonna leave it there the whole show?
No, I'm changing the man. I never noticed that. There you go.
Marranito. That damn thing
That's
is still
weird.
that damn thing is
Yeah,
still
that's
messing
funny
with you,
because
cousin.
where I placed Marranito on was not on my name. It was on the DDN. Remember the face of the
Yeah,
that I
I
said
remember.
it says
Thank
this is
you.
the one they call Marranito. I'm gonna
Thank you
name
for
it
catching that,
Marranito.
Monica. Thank you for catching that, Monica.
Yeah, that's crazy because I placed it
It's,
on this guy. Watch.
it came on your screen and called you Marranito again.
Let me see if I can find him. That was crazy.
I hadn't even noticed it till they mentioned it. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? He's a Chicano dog, man. He talks English. He understands English and Spanish.
Yeah, that was crazy right there because I had placed it on the picture, man. I think it was a picture of Elms Grove that I said that I was going to place it there like that because uh, that's the one that called me Marranito. Yeah, I think I don't know. Let's see if I can find that picture. That was crazy, man.
I hadn't even noticed, man, till they told me it was in
Here
the
he
in
is.
the.
This is the one that I named the Marranito. Uh, hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't even seen it, Laramie. Yes, I know. Beyond the box, all dogs act like that to her, and every female that sees her wants her, and they're like, "I want that dog." I'll be like, "Nope, nope."
Here you go. There's a Marranito.
There he is. No, Abe doesn't like to be called that.
Yeah, I think this is what I call Marranito because when I was showing the pictures of Elms Grove, I had shared a picture of this one and call him Marranito. See, I paused it on a certain picture. Let's see.
Look at those teeth, man.
I went like that. I grabbed it. I think I had it like this.
Yeah.
You see where it says Abe Cias in the bottom there?
Yeah. You put Marranito there.
Yeah, but it's not letting me put it now. That is weird. Yeah, it's not letting me write a name for it. That's
Hey,
weird.
man. Yesterday, cousin. Yesterday, I went to this little flea market next to a restaurant where we were eating, and the
Mhm.
lady had a bunch of these for $10.
Which ones?
The wolf.
The wolf ones?
Yeah.
Same kind?
Same kind. Everything looked the same. $10.
Oh wow.
She had like at least 20 of them there on display. She said she didn't have one like the little one. She said it was cute. I went looking for a cane for my mom, man. Found one.
Oh,
A cane. A walking cane. She had a pink wooden one, and she wanted a metal one, so I got her a metal one. Found one for like $15 there at the flea market.
yeah, I think I had put the Marranito on the bottom of that picture because yeah, call me Marranito, so I called it back Marranito and I put Marranito as a guest. I think that was for Werewolf Wednesday when I did that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. It was on Werewolf Wednesday.
Spiritually awakened, and what was the other one? And ready
So,
daily. Spiritually awakened and ready daily.
so I try to be ready, man, but it's like some of the times that God puts these tests out for me, I usually fail, man. Uh, One time I walked out of Walmart and I didn't even notice there was something in the basket that I didn't put in there. And it made it all the way to my truck, man. So yeah, man. I try to be honest, man, but sometimes that old criminal keeps coming back out, man. I try to keep him under control. Yeah, man. That person got me in a lot of trouble, cause
You know, a lot of trouble.
yeah, that person I used to be used to get me in a lot of trouble, man. Walked around with a big chip on his shoulder, and if you stared at him wrong, that was an ass whooping. He wouldn't even tell you nothing. He just next thing you know, you're getting beat up. I'm glad I changed, cousin. I'm glad I changed. It has blessed me to live as many years as I am now. When I was a younger man, I never thought I'd get past 27 because of the lifestyle I was living there. You know what I mean? Huh? My oldest grandson is gonna be 20 this year, man. Got blessed to see my oldest grandson be 20 years old.
That's good, cuz.
I look back on everything, dude, and the wish I would have found Jesus sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Amen, Monica. Amen. You all right, cuz?
Yeah, I'm okay, cousin. I'm just looking at trying to find something here.
Uh-oh. It's not me in a Bigfoot suit, is it? You ain't gonna find those. Yeah, I believe very much in that learning. I also believe in live and let live. I was a very angry youth. Like I said, I wish I would have found Jesus earlier. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. But we are who we are because of the things that we've been through. Yeah, I believe so too, Monica. But you know, I'm good now, cousin. Anybody messes with me, they gotta go through beyond the box. She got my six, bro. The day that happens and she has my six, I will make her a member of the mighty DLF gang. Just wash my hair, dude. I can't do anything with it. That's why I put a hat on it, cousin. It's everywhere. I was combing it. As I was combing it, I remembered I watched Grease the other day.
Greece.
Yeah. Hey man, when I was under that truck covered in that and all that transmission oil, my hair looked kicking, bro. You could tell it was a ducktail. Uh-oh. Oh wow.
There's that the one that somebody was saying that they wanted to see a couple of
Mm-hmm.
nights ago.
Mm-hmm. The one that got right in your face. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It rained, Walks with Bear. Tomorrow I just gotta put everything on. Everything is ready just to reassemble. I'll put
That
on
one right here
the
is working through the matrix.
mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put the pump on, put the oil pan back on, put oil in it. We're done.
Pump up the volume, pump up the gen. Yeah, that one there is working within the matrix.
Yeah, it did. It went real blurry, but you could tell it just messed up the whole dimension. Look at that.
That's what they do.
Wow, it made a
Ma-
glitch.
Magnetic disturbance.
They're usually very fast, Monica. That's why I laugh when you ask people, "What were you doing?" They say, "I'll run away." You ain't gonna get far. You ain't gonna get maybe a step before it's already on you.
That one went back over there, man. It's send me backwards.
Wow. Why every time they tear a hole in the make a rift in the dimension, why does it always look like an ice wall in the background, cousin?
Like a what?
Like an ice wall. If you look in the back, you can see like a white wall forming back there. See it back there? Back in the back, it looks like an ice wall. And then when it disappears, it goes away. That spot right there.
Okay. Let me yeah, we could do something with it. There it is right there. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
pause it so y'all can see it.
Look at those big old eyes, man. Wow. Hello, how you doing, Abe? I'm right here.
You know.
Wow. Got a real long snout, man.
Yep. I just noticed this. Possibly something up here also.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what's going on?
I got a question, cousin. Did you go to the prayer thing for Josh? It was supposed to be today.
Cousin, I was doing the same thing you were doing.
Okay.
WrestleMania, baby.
Hey, man. Question answered, cousin. Question answered.
Dad and I was cooking out, man.
Yeah, I feel like I missed out. I should have tried to drive over there, man. Would have had a good time.
Tell me, said peekaboo. Wish I could find something else for you.
Well, I did my exercise today, cousin. That flea market, it didn't have any pity on old Jesse, man. My legs felt like butter.
Well, this one over here is one of the creepier ones, man. That from well, it's pretty creepy from Elm's Grove. Let me show this one. Uh, so we can. I know you've seen it before, cousin, but the viewers haven't seen it. So let's share this one. Talking about okay.
Yeah, Laramie, I know what you were referring to.
This one's from Elms Grove. Check out this one.
Oh wow. Mm-mm. Oh, what happened? Oh, it went smaller. Wow. Wow.
Look how the feet are, primo.
Oh, I see it, man. I'm looking right at it, man. Look at them big old legs, man.
Look how the legs are inward.
That's how that werewolf I saw in Mississippi had his legs. Both of them.
Yep. Just gonna push play so it can continue to go forward. There's a good look at it there too. Look at the legs. When you talk about goat man, but the thing about this picture, brother and sisters, that thing there is at least 15 foot tall, at least, or even taller.
And the one behind it with the long neck.
let's look at the original picture in a moment.
Wow.
That's a good uh 80 yards, 90 yards maybe. No, I'll say like 70 yards or 60 yards.
This back there, though, you can see it from that distance right there.
From where I'm standing to there, but that's how tall it is. It's real tall. That's a tree. But I believe there's more than one there. Yeah, look like something else here.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much. The way those
There's,
legs are, maybe
there's
three.
something else is here,
Yeah, there's something else there because it's right there in the tree.
and right here you see something moving at a high rate of speed because it's leaving a trail of itself right here, like it's running. You see it, cousin?
Kind of, man. Kind of see it.
Here's the head, like the
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
That's
That's exactly what I'm looking at.
and this one is here.
That one there, man. I'm saying 3 steps and it'll be on you completely, dude.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the one that dropped me, man. That over here, footsteps behind me. Next thing you know, I feel an impact on my back, and I'll fly 4 or 5 feet in the air. I'll tumble and roll with my guards up, but there'll be nobody there. But I had the print on my back where something made contact with me. Let's take even closer look right there. All right, let me stop sharing. I don't
That
think
thing,
you want
man.
to see it down or not, but let me stop sharing it real quick. Look at the comments. I got another show where it's glitching and it causing a break in the matrix, but it's also shapeshifted. There's like three creatures in one. Let me find it and I'll share it with y'all. It's like a short reel, close up. Let's see.
Always at this time, man, when I'm sitting here, my sinuses start to act up because
You're what?
my sinuses, eyes are watering, nose gets running.
Here it is. I don't think this is it. This is just a picture of it, but I think I have the other one. This is it. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Check out this, guys. Cousin Jesse can give you a play-by-play what's going on in that picture.
There's 3, 4 DDN running, and one of them is carrying somebody on their back. There he is riding it. 1, 2, 3. There's 3, and the one in the front is carrying somebody on their back. I don't know if that thing is riding a werewolf or what, but you can tell that guy's on that guy's back. He's wearing white, and you can
What's
see his
above it
face
right
right
there?
there. You can see his face right there where the camo quit working. Wolf Rider.
It's crazy, right?
Yep. Yep. Especially when the camouflage breaks and you can see kind of his face. I think he felt it, Monica, but the camera is the one that caught it. Heard of Night Rider, but never Wolf Rider. It popped up out of nowhere, man.
I'm trying to get the closest up to it. Dang it. Mm, I think it was that one right there.
Right there.
You can see something else right beside it right here.
Yep.
A lot of activity in this picture. Right.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, bendita? Uh-oh, ya llegaron las dos troubles, Madeline y Sailor Nemesis. Oh, we froze again.
Froze.
Yeah, my picture ain't moving. I'm moving my head back and forth. There we go.
You're moving.
Well, I am now, but I wasn't.
You were moving your head back and forth, and you're still moving I could see you move on my end.
Yeah, you must be Mexican, Madeline. I know, Madeline. Thank you. Man, I can't believe that the WWE bought that Mexican
Yeah,
wrestling agency. Yeah.
I'm glad they did, man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Mexican wrestlers, man.
Oh, I used to watch that company, man.
Me
Um,
too.
and that's gonna bring business, man. It's helping
Hmm.
them out, and I don't know how much they pay for it, but
Well, the two dudes that started that company have been dead for years, man.
Mr. Pena,
And
yeah, his wife
Mr.
was there,
Roldan.
the one that sold it.
Yeah, Mr. Roldan was one of the owners. It was Pena and Roldan that started that
Hmm.
company. They broke away from CMLL. You're half Mexican, then you should only work half as hard, Madeline.
Yeah. You want to see a giant snake?
Bust out
You want to see it?
bust out that Harry Potter snake, man.
All right, here we go.
Excuse me.
This is okay. Before I show this, I had a dream of this giant black snake that said it was coming for me, right? And I could see it moving in water, and then it said it was coming for me. I had that dream for about a whole week, right? Then I went out there and did my investigations. I felt that something was trying to attack me spiritually, so I went out there just in case something was going to try to do something. Well, I'm up in open space to be able to fight against it spiritually. I went out there, recorded. When I was debunking the video, I captured a giant snake in the video, and I took a screenshot off of it. So here we go. Let me show it to you. And maybe you might see something else. I don't know. All I know is huge. See if y'all see it.
What I see two eyes and a big mouth.
Hmm.
Oh wow, look at that snake.
That's the body.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
there's a
see it.
snake. I erased the whole foliage to get a better look at it.
Wow, that thing is huge, man.
Yeah, and I didn't capture the whole length of it. All I knew it was a big snake, and that it was coming for me. And to me, I seen it more as a spiritual threat. So I prepped up and was ready to fight spiritually against it. But there it is, you know, s- stomach, scales, or whatever you want to call it, and there's a face looking at me. Uh, Let it run a little bit more. You see it there better?
Yeah, yeah, I see it, cuz I see it.
That's huge.
Yeah, yeah, that is huge, man.
What are those snakes called? The ones the natives said that they're so big that they can swallow a person or swallow them whole because they're so big.
It has some kind of a I can't remember the first name of it, but it's like a python. A Titanoboa.
There you go. It was eyeing me right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was very well hidden. But you see, I could sense something. I'm always sprayed up and stuff, but I took all the foliage and stuff, so because I had seen it initially in the picture, so I took all the foliage just to make sure of what I'm witnessing.
It's a Titanoboa, Monica. It's like extinct, supposed to be extinct because that thing could like just eat people without even trying.
Like just swallow them whole because
Mm-hmm.
they're so big.
But like I said, they're supposed to be extinct.
There it is right there in spiritual form. Now that it showed the other one, you can see it how it's blended in within Mother Nature itself, just like a
I see the
DDN,
face. I see
like a
the face.
DDN. You know, use the environment to blend in, and there it is. I just took all the foliage and stuff to see it better.
Well,
No,
I see it. I see the face of the snake, but I see another face standing behind it at the very top of the page. See that face
here,
there? Okay, you go toward my right. A little bit more. Right there. That's the face. You went too far. Go back right there. That's the mouth. Got the two eyes and the nose on top of that. Yep, that's the eyes right there. And you see the head. Yeah, when you dream snakes, it's not a good thing, Monica. Especially if it bites you and you don't get to kill it in your dream. It's a bad omen.
just wanted to share that one with you. Let me back up. Go back to the comments. And that was in spirit form. That was too big to be a boa. It's huge.
It's called a titanoboa. Like I said, they're supposed to be extinct. It was a snake. Primo. It was a snake.
Yeah, a pet corn snake is a snake from Oklahoma. Talking about
damn,
corn. Whoa,
damn, damn puff adder.
is this the real Madeline Chapin here? We're seeing the code name for corn in there. A pet corn snake. You know what those are, pretty much?
No, don't know what those are, man.
Ah, man, let me see what else I can show y'all from in here. Crazy pet corn snake.
They don't have teeth. Cockroach.
This one here is the one that it appears through the portal. I think. Let me see. Here we go. Let's share this one. These ones are pretty tall.
What's going on, Lawrence? How you doing, man?
Oh,
I wouldn't know, Lawrence. I got no. I ain't got no teeth.
I thought I see something here. Yeah. Yep. Right there. Something here.
Yeah,
You see that, cousin?
that's it.
I never seen that before.
Yeah,
That's
it's right there.
something here. Look at that.
Yep, yep.
We're gonna have to work on that and try to take a screenshot out of it. But let's watch the full video. Appear and disappear.
Wow.
There's gonna be a portal up here. There's a portal up here in the clouds.
Uh huh. There's that black shadow figure standing behind that tree.
There's one here, one here, one here.
Yeah, there's
I think
three.
another one over here. Let's see.
When you took that, man, there was one that was real big, man, that came down, and as soon as he touched the ground, he went right back up. I know, cause I was on the live when that happened, man. I saw it.
That sucker.
Mm-hmm.
There's the portal or doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the portal disappear, they disappear. Check it out. Remember the two of those one nearby? Check this out. As soon as that disappears, they're all going to disappear. There's one gone. And here we go. Boom.
Yeah, they went back to the spirit society, the soul society.
All clear, all clear. They went back to the portal. The portal disappeared. They disappeared.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, cousin, there's something in common with the Corn King, the pickle. They're only about 5 feet long. Let me see what else I can show you from the archives. Yeah, this ones are two shadow figures in Elms Grove that are right there beside me. I was hearing them. I heard whispers right beside me, so I snapped a picture, and I believe I captured two shadow figures right beside me. This one is from Elms Grove. It's called Diddy and Shadow Beings. I took a picture when I heard whispers. So here you go. They're right there. You see them, cousin?
I see a leg.
There's one here, shadow figure,
Okay.
and then there's another one right here.
That's the one that I was seeing the leg on.
Yeah, this one is standing, and you can see like a face here, but that's a body. Just play it all the way. Maybe there.
Oh, I see him now.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Monica says there's like 3 or 4 forms
Yeah,
there.
yeah, there's several. This one,
That one, the one back there.
one,
In the back.
and this one. Yeah, and
There's
some
one right there.
somewhere. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of activity in this picture. But I just took it because I had heard whispers right beside me. This is like a log here. Yes, definitely this DDN or spirits. They're around that area in Elms Grove.
Yes, Monica, there is a face back there.
I think this will capture it the best, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a good filter right there.
Hmm. Okay. Somebody's got allergies. Morgan.
Me too, man. I don't think Morgan's been here in a long time, man.
Let's see. Let's share in a couple of pictures. It's been a long, long day.
Yep, yep. Especially when you lose your mom. Dude.
And of course, this one is the one that's got the picture of the dogman slash werewolf or dogman slash Bigfoot. Let me share it. See if people can see it. There you go. Let's run this one. This one looks like the one that approached me that showed
Yeah, I
his
see
face.
it. Yep, yep,
It
yep.
looks like that one, which was like a dogman lycanthrope, but then got the squash one looking like right here, right
Mm-hmm.
beside it. That one looks like a what people call a Bigfoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a giant, and I'm gonna play it so y'all can see how tall they are from the first picture, and I'm gonna tell you where they're at in that location.
Wow, look at those eyes.
Okay, it's a regular picture. They are right here. There's
Yep,
one of them,
yep.
and the other one is right here. That's pretty tall, guys.
Yeah, that's tall.
What's the estimate on that height,
I'm
cousin?
going at least 20 feet, maybe more.
This the original picture right there. I do a little bit of a close up. You can still see them there.
Yeah, you can see him clearly in there.
I think they wasn't too happy that I caught them or
They
that I
never
was out.
got it. You was out there peeing in their living room.
There you go.
That's crazy, man.
What do you
Those
think
eyes,
about that?
man. Those eyes are hypnotizing, man. What the fuck?
It's crazy, no, cousin?
Yep. You know what's really crazy, cousin?
Oh,
The overpowering smell of cigarettes that's starting to get here in the living room. Ain't nobody here smoke.
oh man.
Smells like cigarettes in here.
You got this one here, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the possible other one right down here. Look, smaller face, but this is for sure looks
A squash,
like a squash, and this one looks like
like a wolf.
a wolf. So that messes up the theory when people say that they're territorial and they're mortal enemies. If that's true, then why are they side by side? There's only one logical solution to that. It's because they're the same. DDN, they're just a manifestation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which will make him demonic of nature. Hello. I'm just playing. Oh man.
Yeah,
So
in the box. I have a visitor. He's smoking in my house. Nobody here smokes.
you need a tie binder and rebuke your cousin?
No, cousin, it happens every day. I'm used to it. It doesn't really do anything in here except leave it smelling like cigarettes.
He said, everything in Texas is bigger, even the monsters.
Well, we reached 100 messages.
On the chat,
Yes, sir. We reached 100 messages today, and we're at an hour and 24 minutes. Where does the time go?
I submit that to the evidence to all the cryptozoologists. Explain that one for me. How can a werewolf or lycanthrope and a Bigfoot be side by side. They're supposedly mortal enemies because they're territorial.
Can be territorial if you're the same species, the same kind of manifestation. I mean, not manifestation, but ghost.
Disembodied DDM.
Mm-hmm.
I can go old school because I got one that's huge from Elms Grove. Let me go to that one. Okay. See what else we got here. And all this is evidence when I go do boots on the ground, and I
Real.
capture it because I use my senses. You know, they surface up my spiritual instincts kick in, and I capture them on my recordings or in the video. Let me see. Here's the one that's like a giant. Let me share it with y'all. This is from Elms Grove. Elms Grove Estates.
No, nice.
Look at that. What do you think about that one, cousin?
I think that right there is really creepy, man. You're just
Look
standing
how
right
tall it.
there, right behind you.
Look how tall it is, man. Well, this is from Elms Grove, brothers and sisters. There's activity in there. Look how tall it is.
It makes you look like a midget, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
If it makes
Like
you
this,
look like a midget, it makes me look like an ant because I'm shorter than you.
yeah, and it's looking downwards. What do the viewers think about this picture?
Let me see. Uh, Walker Bear says that they're gonna start telling us that the Sasquatch are real. Texas Lermy says that creature is twice your height. Monica says if you aren't allergic, of course.
Yeah, I've been fighting the spiritual war, man, for a while. But right there,
Yep.
right there, in that time frame, right there. Look over here. Doesn't it look like a face
Yeah,
or a possible mask?
totally looks like it.
But here it looks wolf-like,
Wow.
right? It looks wolf-like here, but then it's got a face here, like a mask. What do you think about that? Or am I that? I mean, it looks like a mask. You know those masks that somebody puts on,
A
like white.
ceremonial.
Was it?
I said, does it look like a ceremonial mask? Let me see. Wow.
It's like a face, right?
Yeah.
Like he's holding a mask in his hand or something of that nature. Or a head. I just wanted to submit this as evidence. That it's holding a face. It's crazy. Let me stop sharing that around before it creeps everybody out. See, I think they're territorial to humans, but not to each other. They hate us. I know. I'll get that. Yeah, Monica says it looks like a dog been standing tall to me. Yeah, pretty tall one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we got here. You want to see one that's literally like transparent, but he is looking at you, and it's color white.
You see it, cause
All right, you ready for this one? Here we go.
oh wow.
Tell me what you think about that.
Well, there's one at the very top, sitting down up there. It looks like it has wings. It's white. I can see a face. Then you come down. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm seeing. It's
Right here
crazy.
is the body. Looks like the if we had legs, it would be right here.
Mm-hmm. I see
And he
that.
was looking at me like, "What are you doing in my territory?" No one to talk about the white Bigfoot
Mm-hmm. The Yeti.
or the Yeti. That's how that one looks like. It's like color white.
You're like looking at you like, you lucky I'm not eating you right now.
All right.
Sailor News just says, "You don't be scared, Sailor."
Should I again find another one for Sailor Nemesis?
Oh, that's cool, Monica. Terrified. Well, I would be too. You're not supposed to be scared when you see them because you're only feeding them, Monica. You have to jump in there into prayer, tap by and rebuke them in the name of Jesus. What the SWAT?
Can you see them?
See a big one right there in the middle of the page.
There's one here,
Mm-hmm.
and this demon like one down here.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Kind of looks like a little red bear or something like that.
The
See it right
nose, the
there.
eye.
Uh-huh.
It's got like a horn or something.
It's got
There's
ears.
the mouth.
It looks like a tiger. Wow. Looks like there's a big one in the background in the sun.
You said in the sun.
Yep. Right there. There's an
Here,
arm right there. There's an arm. No, behind that black shadow figure, there's one standing in the sun. Move your cursor toward my right. Right there. That's his chest. His head is high. And then there's an arm that comes down. I mean, there's one in front of it, but there's one in the back. And you can tell it's a body, head, and an arm.
it's just a crazy picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. If you want to, cousin, I'm gonna place a picture, and you want to share a story or something. What picture would you like me to share,
Hmm. That's a
or
good
whatever
question.
whatever story you want to share?
Well, yeah, I'll let you pick the picture, man. Go ahead.
How about we get the Hat Man, because I know you've seen something in the nature. You can talk about the Hat Man or Hellhounds, Dark Shadow figures. So I'm gonna pick that picture and place it here, and because I know your father had an encounters with them,
Yes,
so I'm gonna place
sir.
it right, and I'll be right back, cousin.
All right, man.
So there it
Yeah.
is. Anything dealing with shadow figures, and I'm gonna place you with that. Uh,
That picture.
yeah.
All right, guys, check this out. This was
Let me see.
1979.
Let me see.
We moved from the projects because we lived in the projects. We moved to a house in the north side neighborhood here in Fort Worth. And It started out pretty cool. We moved in, and me and my brother Joe had our own room, but for some reason there was a kind of like a blood stain on the floor, and no matter how much we scrubbed at it, the blood stain wouldn't come off. So we used to didn't think nothing of it. Then we always had chores, and everybody had their different day to wash dishes. Well, on one of the times that I was washing dishes, I saw this black shadow figure pass by the window, and it went up on the porch, and then it went off the porch, disappeared at a dead stump that was in the front of the yard. Uh, Things progressed from there. The black shadow figure or entity, I'm gonna call it an entity, started coming into the house, and we started uh we started waking up with scratches. So everybody was asleep in my father's room, and one bedroom. There's like 10 people on the floor, and my mom and dad on the bed. And one night, my dad was sleeping with his face toward the window, and I don't know what he saw, but whatever he saw, it made him urinate on himself. And yeah, we moved from there. About a week or two later, that house burned down by itself. Nobody living in it. So yeah, my dad got to see that whatever it was, but like I said, it was coming in the house. No, that's his face, Monica. Yeah, creepy. Look at those eyes. He's been smoking hella weed. Questions, anybody? Questions at all? Comments? Yeah, no, Monica. Madeline. My dad would always, wherever we moved, there was always something wrong with the house or the yard. So we would experience a lot of paranormal stuff. I mean, we moved to a house on Lee Street. It was more toward the park, and in that house, you could actually feel something sit on the edge of your bed while you were sleeping. I didn't like that house, that apartment. Wow, there we go. It unfroze. But yeah, that apartment was right next door to a little two houses that were for rent that were together, and that's where we found those steps that went underneath the ground and all the way toward downtown, where all the passages were lined with coffins. So yeah, we heard a noise while we were real deep close to downtown, and we all just took off running back toward the steps where we came in. My little niece, she sees that thing right there floating outside her window. She's my great niece. I told my niece not to ever leave her alone because the baby's special. She ain't a baby no more. She about to turn 15. How the time flies. I tell you what I did witness though, and this was recently. Yeah, I'm gonna say not recently, but not too long ago. I went to my brother Gilbert's house. Y'all seen Gilbert? He comes in here every now and then. And I was sitting in his living room and talking to his wife. And I asked her for some water. She said there's some in the garage. So I went in the garage and all my hair stood up. I started I'm sorry, I'm behind on my chat. No, I don't know what it looked like. I'm thinking that Mylan, I'm thinking that my father had attachments because of the religion he was practicing. I'm sorry, I'm really behind on my there we go. Oh wow, Monica. But like I was saying, I asked her for a bottle of water. She told me to go to the garage and get it. And when I walked in the garage, all my hair stood up. I got spiritually activated. I walked out of the garage and I couldn't understand what was going on. But then something started knocking in knocks of three. Uh, I asked her, "You hear that?" She goes, "Ah, that's your brother. He's knocking on the garage door." I said, "No, Gilbert went to the bathroom. He's not outside." So I went outside and looked, and there was nobody out there. And then they just kept knocking and knocks of three, knocks of three, knocks of three. And I told her, "You have something, some kind of a spirit here in your house." She goes, "I'm covered by the blood of Jesus, and that didn't happen to us." I go, "Okay, I'm just telling you that there's something in your garage that's letting you know it's there." And she didn't believe me. She was gonna go to the supermarket, and she left. And well, she walked outside, and then my brother Gilbert came out of the bathroom, and I said, "Hey, man, you have something in here that's not supposed to be here." He goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah." Goes, "There's knocking. Something's knocking on your roof." He's like, "On your ceiling." He's like, "Nah, I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing." I go, "Pay attention, man." As soon as got quiet, it started up. Pop, 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 pop. And then it got louder and louder and louder. I go, "You see, man?" He goes, "Oh no, man, that's my wife. She's outside." I go, "Your wife left, dude. I just went outside. Your wife is gone." And I came back indoors and I told him she's gone because I went to look to make sure. And the knocking was really, really, really loud. And I told him, "Hey, man, you're the head of the house. Only you can get rid of whatever it is." And so he went in the house and started tie binding and rebuking in the name of Jesus. But it took him a while for it to get out and stop knocking. But he didn't believe that it was happening. And he goes, "I'm covered by the blood of Jesus Christ." I go, "Hey, man, if there's something going on in your house that you don't know about, if there's an opening, it will find it." And that's what's happening right here, man. Yes, learning, you're right. And that's how it happens. It escalates. If you hear like a little popping noise and you just let it fester and fester, it'll go from a popping noise to a scratching noise to a knocking noise, and it'll be a pounding noise. That's how it works until you take matters into your own hands and take authority over it and cast it out in the name of Jesus Christ. Tie, bind, and rebuke. But yeah, he was really weirded out because he couldn't believe that that was happening in his house. And like I told him, man, if there's anybody here that has anger, jealousy, any kind of these negative emotions, they'll come find and feast, and they'll just keep getting stronger and stronger until you take control of the situation, brother. But yeah, it took him a good 30 to 45 minutes to get it out of his house. Yeah, so this happened. Thinking maybe 6 months ago, and I can tell the tale because I was there. I'm the first one to notice, but they couldn't believe it was happening. Oh yeah, Madeline. I brought out the altar the other night. People were freaking out on it. Any questions, people? Comments? Yeah, because when we were kids, right before my folks split up, I think my dad got. No, really? Yeah, I have a repressed memory, learning. When I saw that hand with no arm in Mexico, that they sent me to live with that blind warlock. I remember him picking me up and leaving with him. I remember him dropping me off back with my father after the year was up. I just don't have any memories of what happened to me or what we did the whole time I was with that man. Yes, Madeline, because he went blind. He went blind, and he started going to church. The church that I go to now every Sunday is where he got his sight back, and he found his way to Jesus Christ. So that's why I go to that church that he went to, because that's where he got his sight. That's where he got his miracle, and I actually like my pastor. Yes, Sailor Nemesis. I was gonna say 6 or 7 years old. My dad sent me because I was very traumatized after I saw that big hand crawling up the window with no arm, and I was gone a year. He told my dad it was gonna take a year for me to get cured of that trauma, but I have no memory of what was done to me or what I did, what we ate. Nothing. I don't remember nothing at all for that 1 year. My like I was saying, my dad got possessed by DDN, and he actually hung himself. I got to see him swing and twitch and whatnot. The thing thought he was dead, so it left his body, and I ran out and got help, and they cut him down before he expired. This was in, I think, 73. I was still little, maybe 3 or 4 years old when he did that. That also caused me trauma. Every time he disappeared, I thought he was gonna go kill himself. Amen, Monica. Yes, Lermy, I saw him like that. I remember everything like it was yesterday. Lermy, he caught my mom cheating on him, and he grabbed my little brother Gilbert, was 6 months old. I was thinking 4, and my brother Joe was 3 or 2. I can't remember back that far how old we were. But he sat me on his right lap, and he sat my brother Joe on his left lap, and my little brother was in a carrier, and he put him. between his legs, and he asked me and my brother Joe for a kiss. We gave him a kiss. He kissed my little brother, and he took off to the barn because we lived on a ranch, and he was a tractor driver. Uh, Me being the nosy little kid I was, I followed him, and I saw him actually tie the rope around his neck and then jump off the chair. And I remember him twitching, tongue sticking out, eyes rolled up to the back of his head. And that thing got out of his body. I ran and got help. And it's ironic that the person I found to help him was actually the guy that my mom was being unfaithful to him with. If that's not irony, I don't know what is. It did for a while. Learn me and haunted me for a while. I would have night terrors because of it. That I saw him hanging. But as far as the seeing the hand, after I saw the hand, that blind warlock did a good job. The only drawback is that to still to this day, and I know there's a lot of women in here. I when I go to sleep, I tuck the blankets underneath my legs, and I cover my head completely and just leave a little hole in the blanket to breathe. I still sleep like that, but at least I'm not screaming and crying like I was after I saw that hand in the window. It would get dark, and I would just start screaming and crying and couldn't be consoled. That's one of the reasons that after the sun goes down, I don't go outside. If I'm outside, I come inside. Didn't used to bother me when I used to drink and do what I was doing. It didn't bother me because I wouldn't be thinking about it. But now that I'm 100% sober, I believe that the blanket is my shield, and they can't penetrate it. Oh yeah, Madeline. I was traumatized for a long time after I saw that. Like I said, anytime he would disappear, I always thought he wasn't gonna come back. Uh-oh, I think cousin has a heartburn. Yes, Monica. The one that I saw had a fur on it. It was covered in fur, and it was just to right here, and it was crawling like that up the window, like that. Just a big old hairy hand. Yeah, you don't forget stuff like that either. Oh no, Monica, I'm good. I mean, I pray before I go to bed, and if, anything's in my room, I can sense it because my spiritual gifts react, and I type behind them and rebuke them out of the room, and I put holy water on the door frames when I don't want it to cross, and then I lead it right out the doors. I have two box cutters, Jeremy, one for each hand. Yeah, no, this was just a hand right here, like this big, like that. I don't know, Monica. I saw the Mexican hand. I don't know what hand you saw. I'll tell you what, Jeremy, can I ask you a question? Uh, yeah, with the Kung Fu grip. Jeremy, do you believe that a soul can have a sword? I mean, a sword can have a soul? And then the reason I say this, Lermy, is I used to have a katana. I used to have a katana, and I would infuse my chi into the blade. I would meditate with and infuse my chi into the blade, and I did this for years. And people would laugh when I tell them that, I would tell them that if anybody touched it, it would call to me to say that it was being handled. And when I went to Mississippi, that guy almost gutted me like a pig there. As soon as we got off the vehicle, get into the job site, they sent him home, and he was staying at the same house that I was staying in the middle of the cemetery. And right around 1 o'clock in the morning, my sword started calling to me that it was being handled, and I told my the head janitor that I needed to go home because there was something happening at the house that I needed to go see what was going on. He asked me what's going on. I said, "Well, my sword is crying to me because somebody's handling it." And he wouldn't believe me. So when I got home after the shift, my sword was gone. And I go, "See, I told you that it was crying to me that it was being handled by somebody that wasn't me." He goes, "Man, you're full of bull." I go, "My sword's gone." I go, you need to tell that guy to give me back my sword." And then I said, "Wait a minute." He goes, "What?" I go, "It's crying to me." He said, "What?" I go, "It's crying to me." He said, "Okay." And I go, "Watch. I'm going to find it." And I went out of the house and down in the creek by the house in the woods. I found my sword. It led me right to it. They were just telling me where it was. And that guy, that my boss said, "Man, you're full of crap." I go, "Dude, I wasn't here all night. How did I find it?" I go, "You didn't see me go to the left or go to the right. You saw me make a straight line right to where it was because it was calling to me." He goes, "Well, I don't know what happened." I go, "Look, man, a sword is a sword in any one of the planes and any one of the dimensions. A sword is a sword because even angels use swords." And yeah, I made a believer out of him after that. Anyway, that's all I got to say on that. No, it wasn't Excalibur. Okay, Monica Davies, you don't know what chi is. Chi is your body energy, your soul energy. Uh, Most people when they practice martial arts, they infuse chi. They circulate their chi through the middle of their body, up and down, around the front and the back. And when you see people break boards or bricks, it's not the bones that's breaking the objects. It's the chi, the energy that comes out. You focus your energy to come out, and it breaks through stuff. That's what chi is. Chi is your life force. Yes, you can always sense chi energy. Learn me. My daddy taught me how to infuse chi since I was 5 years old because he gave me my first pair of nunchucks when I was 5. Uh, Hurt myself with those damn things, but I learned how to use them really good. But yeah, getting back to the shadow figures. When I was living with my baby mama, she had a fenced-in lot that was like five lots together. Uh, there was a lot of shadow figures in that yard that night. There was that the house that she lived in. Her mom used to go to school there, and they bought the house when it came up for sale. So there was a lot of activity inside that house. Yes, Lermy, if you're uh, moving your chi, you can always sense spirit. You can always sense how strong somebody's spirit is. You can always sense the evil's around, and you can always sense where the evil is when you infuse chi, because the chi picks it up and tells you exactly where the entity is. That's how I saw the werewolf in Mississippi that was standing by the module. Yes, yes, chi will let you know, Lermy. I know walks with bear, but he's busy. He left it on there, and I don't know when he's gonna take it out. Hello, Navia's angel. How you doing? I hope your Easter Sunday was blessed. Yeah, he just left it up there. Walks with bear. He'll turn it off here in a little bit. But yeah, any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? How can you properly use chi for combat? Well, you take your tongue, you push it up against the roof of your mouth, learning, and you breathe. But when you breathe, you have to breathe backward. You know, when you breathe, you let that. You have to go like that, and then up when you breathe to circulate your chi, and then you focus it in the middle of your body, going from the top of your head down through your how do you call it? Anyway, it's completely around the middle of your body and up the spinal cord and back to the top of your head. And then when you're in combat, if you want to hit somebody with chi, you focus it from your big toe up through your leg and out through your knuckle. But you can tell when you're infusing chi because it'll make your hand feel kind of like charged, a little numb. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, walks with bear. I'm sorry that the picture is up there. There's nothing I can do to take it off. Cousin Abe has to come out here and change it. So if you want to block stuff off for now, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There it is. He took it off. Yeah, you can always tell when you're circulating chi, Lermy, because your hands will feel kind of like they're on fire. Hello, cousin. Welcome back.
Yeah, I was hearing you talking, cousin. I was trying to win a little this jackpot, but didn't have no luck today.
Yeah, the walk with Bear was freaking out because that picture was on there a long time.
I'm sorry. It's actually from a video. Well,
Yeah.
you know the story behind that. There's
Yes, sir.
another there's another part to that picture. I can share that. The other side, the other part of the picture when that happened. I think I've shared the story where the dog was barking. Well, I'll let you continue what you were talking, cousin.
No, we were just talking in general, man. Lermy wanted to know how to infuse chi, And I was telling them you gotta focus it from the top of your head all the way to straight in a straight line to your dantian and then up and around your back through your spinal cord. And then you have to focus it out from your big toe. And when you strike, you focus it out through right here. And you have to hit him with a negative chi, so that it'll mess up his internal system. That just if you want to use it for combat. But now that you're here, we can move on to other things. I think I shared 3 or 4 stories, cousin, dealing with shadow figures.
2 hours and 11 minutes, primo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to catch up.
Did you find a lot of eggs, Navia? Speaking of a shadow figure, cousin, you know if I walk 2.5 blocks down the street at this hour, I will see the other half of my dad's soul standing by a light pole in the alley.
Try to figure.
My dad split his soul in two, man, when he was doing that palero stuff, and they would use his the other half of his soul to go do stuff that needed to be done. Good night, Monica Davias. Rest well. And he would sit, man, and look out his window, and he would like, look, he's standing right there. He's standing right there, and we would look, and it would look just like him, but he could see it. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Beyond the box. I understand walks with bear. I understand
What's you freaked out about?
the picture of the hat man.
The Hatman? Oh, my bad. The Hatman wasn't alone that night. I got the other picture of what was with it also. Let me share that.
Good night, Monica Davias.
There we go.
Descansa en paz.
Here's the other part of that picture or the video of other things that was with that Hatman that night. Let me share it real quick because it wasn't alone. Oh, there we go.
You going to walks with bear? Have a good night. Wow.
This is a better picture. Being brighter. You can see all the activity that was there. It's in front of my mobile home.
That's crazy, man.
You can see the fence over here in the back, right? Or somewhere. The fence should be like somewhere back here. But look at all the activity that's in this picture.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it, cousin. Me either, Navia. The I lost my mom at the flea market and spent all day trying to find her.
Which one? Oh, all right. Let me take this off. Maybe I can share. Me, we did pretty good, cousin. You picked up the select there at the end. I know it's been a long day and stuff. So we're talking about shadow figures, man. Uh, see the shadow figures. You know, I've witnessed them all my life, but in Elms Grove, it's pretty hot and heavy in Elms Grove, where because there's lights in the park, so you can see them coming out of the woods. You know, when I first started witnessing them in Elms Grove, because I have a sliding door in my bubble home, I had a view to the park. I could see them running around in the park or there by the swing sets, like around 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, two. So I thought it was children, you know, or kids, teenagers playing tag, or there's a certain other name that they call it, kind of like tag, but they call it a different name, manhunt. That's what they call it, manhunt. So I thought it was teenagers out there running around at 1:32 in the morning. So I would go towards them, and I could see them moving around. But when they would see me coming, and I would be yelling at them, telling them, "Hey, what y'all doing out here?" They were running to the woods, into the tree line. All of them, just different directions, you know. And it's like, if I catch y'all out here, I'm gonna tell your parents that y'all were running around here at 1:32 in the morning. And I'll be like, "Ain't you afraid that there's animals out there that can attack you?" So I walk all the way home. I walk a good 150 yards to get to that side of the park. I go back, give it like 30 minutes. I go look again, and there they are running around. So I'll go back out there again. Same thing would happen. They would take off into the woods till I started noticing that they got bigger and bigger. That wasn't the height of teenagers anymore. They were like real tall, like uh, 12, 13 foot tall. And it's like, man, those are not kids. What the hell is that? And you could see them by then. I guess they started coming towards the mobile homes in numbers, like 15 of them, just big dark shadow figures. They would come to where all the mobile homes were, and they would uh, go through the walls of the mobile homes. I always kept my mobile home blessed with crosses, and I put salt around the mobile home, and especially protection with holy water, with crosses on the windows and doorways. But they were entering the mobile homes of my neighbors. You know, I went to go tell them what was going on. They put a complaint on me, so they come into the office, tell them stop scaring your neighbors. Nobody want to listen to me, right? Till I lost all my neighbors. I believe these things drained their energy because they all had one thing in common when they were found. They were all found dead in their beds, except one. One was found dead on the recliner. I believe that there were this dark shadow figures were like succubus and incubuses. You know, that's what they do. They they drain energy. You know, some people want to call them energy vampires, right? Well, they drain the spirit. And I lost, let me see, people behind me. It's Kim, her neighbor. That's three. Philippine lady across the street. That's four. Lady up the street. That's five. And another man that his brother was found dead in the same bed. Then he died in the same bed his brother died. So that's seven. Seven died within a 2 month time frame. Same energy vampires or succubus or whatever they were that was over my nephew or my nephew's son that was a couple of months old that was draining his life source. They're still there in Elms Grove. You know, I just my I moved out of there because you know I didn't want my son to be in danger, so I moved away from there, and I'm doing fine here in Temple, Texas, even though there's still activity, you know. But that's a true story, brothers and sisters. Maybe one day I'll do a recon uh, and go there and record so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But it's risky, man, because they know the spirits. They know what's in your heart. They know you got an opening. If you got an opening, they're gonna try to attack. Looking at the comments here. Yeah, there's a lot of activity there, brothers and sisters. Wiccans try to go there to close the portal. Supposedly, they got attacked, and other people, the ones that can say they can tell it. What do you call those? The ones that can leave their body. That they say they can teleport out of the body. What do you call those people? Well, that person got attacked. Uh, Mediums got attacked. A paranormal group that went there, they got attacked. A lot of activity there in Elm Grove Estates.
Astro projectors.
Astral projector got dropped. They had to carry her out of the woods. She was trying to close the portal, and she said, "What is that?" And she said, "Oh shit!" And she was running, and the red orb, big old red orb, came out of the woods and was chasing her. He stopped in front of me and looked at me, but I was praying. I was prayed up with the Our Father, and then he just went after her. I found her on the ground. They had to come pick her up. She had bumps all over her face, her body, and she had no energy. It drained all her energy. You know, they had to carry her out of there. At that time, I had a blood clot in my leg, so I couldn't help them if I wanted to. Yeah, she was trying to astral project, and she got it dropped. She never came back again. The the team that was recording, they never brought me no evidence or anything. They never came back either to the area. They were petrified. They were scared. If the guy with the four eyes with the Coca Cola bottle glasses will go there, the one that challenges the spirits all the time, that has a TV show, that dude will get
Mhm.
dropped there. They'll probably drag him into the woods. I'm being honest with you. Yeah, they would drag him in through the woods because he has so many spiritual openings. You
That's
figured
creepy.
for a person like that, right? That supposedly it's had the show for numerous of freaking years, right? I have more contact than that show of all the years that is done, and I'm showing you what I've caught. You can't. it shows they just yell and they're, what the hell was that, and this and that,
Something just scratched me in the back.
because that show is all staged, man. That show is just for ratings. So he was misleading a lot of people. So imagine the people he misleads, and they're in a situation where they might be in a building or they go investigate in the woods, and they start acting like he does out there on the show. They start challenging things. Then they
How you
get
gonna how you
spiritually
gonna
attacked.
how you gonna challenge something that you don't even know what it is, man? And then complain when you get scratched in the back or dropped off or something. You asked for it.
You don't you don't you don't challenge something, because what is a challenge? That is a spiritual
Open.
opening. Hello, McFly. Wipe your glass, Coca-Cola butter glasses. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Misleading people. You figure you have the source to help people out, but you don't. It's more like a, what do you call it? One of those shows that is, the producer has a say so
It's
of what
scripted.
they do. So yeah, it's scripted. So like, hey, act like an idiot. Put on these bifocals, and you'll say that a demon made you blind. You have to wear bifocals. That you bought a house was a demon in it. The demon was too powerful that you're blind now. So you have to wear this Coca binoculars as your glasses. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Nah, that show makes me laugh, man, because somebody's
Yeah, I'm
always
just
in
saying, okay.
almost every episode, cousin, somebody's getting possessed.
If you want to see, at least the Three Stooges was entertaining.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Larry and Moe and Curly, at least they were entertaining. That you knew that when you seen that show, it's gonna be comedy. They're gonna be making full out of themselves, and it's a comedy. I'm just saying. I don't know what his name is. All I know is I've seen it a couple of times, and I didn't like anything that they were doing. Misleading people. To me, it's about, if you're gonna do something, make sure you're doing it the right way, and you lead the people the proper way, right? Guide them, because you're the real deal, and you're doing the real things out there. I don't need no equipment to catch what I got. To catch what I have, I don't need no equipment. The only thing I have is a phone, but I don't even need that, because I can see and sense spiritually. I can tell you what's there. I'm able to clear a space if there's an unclean spirit there, whether it's a house or whatever the location is. I'm able to get the unclean spirit out of that location. I don't have to look into a freaking a sphere, or open up a deck of tarot cards. I don't have to do none of that. Not through the spiritual good discernment.
You don't have to put out your Teddy Ruxpin to see if they talk to it.
Uh, so Zachary, if you're you want to experience something real, come on over to Elms Grove. Without your producers that tell you to put on those Coca-Cola bottle glasses, there's a lot of activity there. Imagine if they were to run into. Okay, I'll tell you who they could run into. Let me put an image of them. You already know who I'm going to show them, cousin. They'll be scared. I ain't going to say the word, but let me get them. Here we go. Imagine if they ran into this. You know, I already know what I'm going to show. Imagine if they ran into. Imagine if they ran into him, cuz.
They bust out the the 8 ball. They bust out the 8 ball and tell him, "Hey man, tonight after we finish this 8 ball, I want you to go and then I'll run away." It was like, "You got it." Wow. How you doing, Lolo? Welcome in. Runner walks with bear left, man. She had to take somebody to the hospital. I'm gonna have to get the Vaporu here in a minute.
What the? Oh my god. Yeah, he ran away, man. It's good if it's staged or they're making a movie because they know it's a movie, but if they were being a real situation,
Hey
it would get
man,
dropped.
yeah, man. Speaking of movies, when is the Pajaro movie gonna be done, man?
I don't know, cousin. I don't know exactly when.
I've been waiting on that thing for years, man.
Yeah.
It's probably not gonna come out in our lifetime.
You get scared with that. Let me see what other pictures I can show you that he'll get scared with. Let's see. I'm just gonna throw one out there just out of the blue. He'll probably get scared with that. With that one. With that one. See what we got here. Shit, he'll scared with this little one right here.
What's what, Sailor Nemesis?
He'll get scared with this little guy.
Oh, look. She liked you, Abe. She's giving you the hey, sailor, how you doing?
He'll be like that. That tree was possessed. I had to burn all the trees in that location. I had to burn 1 acre of trees because they were all haunted. You know how I did that house? How about you get scared with her? Let's take a close.
Oh, Sailor Nemesis. One of Abe's friend is making a movie about the Thunderbird from back in the 70s that was supposedly scratching and snatching people with livestock in South Texas. The name of the movie called El Pájaro.
True story. True story. True
A treaty.
stories.
Uh-huh.
It happened in the 70s, 1975,
Hmm.
76.
I remember because we were living in Matamoros and they would come over the radio every night and say, "Don't let your children out at night because of this thing that's going around snatching stuff."
Or the one that he sent a long time ago. Shoot, man, I don't even know. Let's see if I can find it. I'm trying to find it, cousin, the one they're talking about.
Hey, cousin,
Yeah.
look for me in your lobby, man. I gotta get off this device and get on the other one.
All right, cousin.
All right.
There you go. You there, cousin?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Como decía la canción, Back for More.
I'm trying to find a picture of the we're talking about. There it is. Are you seeing it?
No, I'm just seeing me and you.
All right.
There you go. Look at the whoopies. Yeah, puppy, puppy, puppy. Yeah, that came from the UK.
In the UK.
Brother Joel sent that on. He hasn't been on tonight.
From the UK. Oh, this one is from brother Joel. He sent it from the UK. So I just shared it. Yeah, mine's look a little bit different than that, but I do got many pictures. Let me see if I can find one. They have one that looks like, I don't know, freaked out, but it's like, it reminds me of the Alien Predator. I mean, the where it's going in and out. Let me see if I can find it. This one right here. Let me share it with you all. See, mine's are a little bit different than that. This is from Melons Grove. It's like a one dimensional, two dimensional. I don't know, spirit form. I'm thinking I heard something growling beside me when I snapped that. I think this one was a photo. Man, all the footage I had, like all my videos that I had from Melons Grove from back in the day, I got permanently deleted from Facebook with my account. But I still have the pictures from those videos. Like this was one of them. You can see it right there. Let me see. I'll stop it in a good one. See the face. Possibly another one right here. Buy it. But, they go in out of a reality. They have energy to manipulate the environment, like a form of camouflage. See up here? Like it can cause an illusion to, so it could blend in with the environment. All right, go, go. I was just showing you all that one. We're almost 3 hour marker. Somebody put yikes down there.
Yeah, that was
I thought they were gonna put Yahtzee on it.
that was Nivea.
Yeah, I have a lot of other pictures that I hadn't even shown. Uh, I normally I'll create a short reel out of them and stuff like that. It's just some pictures. Sometimes I'm afraid to create a short reel out of them because of negative residue. You seen a hunting bear got freaked out with a hat man that she wanted it off, so I took it off. You know, but yeah, they leave a negative residue behind. It's kind of like when they manifest and you rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Sometimes they disappear and there's a sulfuric smell. But like cousin Jesse says, rotten eggs. And then you have it where it disappear. They don't leave a sulfuric smell, but they leave a pestilence smell that smells like sulfur. What's up, cousin?
Yeah, I'm hearing something electrical humming.
Oh, electrical humming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have all kinds of evidence, that we could submit into things of the spirit or disembodied disembodied things, right, that exist that are amongst us. Uh, see, I can find something. This one here is kind of freaked out because I see a little boy in this one, the spirit of a boy, like he's kneeling down, like he's trapped there. This is from Elm Grove also. Check it out. Here we go. Down here, I believe, is the spirit of a boy, a little boy,
I see a
and
big, tall guy.
and here is what lurks in the woods. Look at the face. He's got like a pointy nose right here, kind of like a goblin, or you know what I'm talking about, cousin.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at the nose. I believe this is the spirit of a little boy back here. If you can see it. It's right here. He's on the ground. That's the head of the little boy.
That's it.
So there's a spirit of the boy. And I was always running into this native little girl out there that, they would come to me, the spirits, because they know I could sense them. But there's other things that have, I guess, that's their territory. They will get mad when the spirits would come to me for help. But yeah, definitely a spirit of a little boy. As a matter of fact, there was a little boy that had drowned, man, on that creek. The ravine brought him all the way from Kmart all through the creek by Elms Grove. So he had drowned, and I believe that's the spirit of the little boy. Definitely something here. What do you see, cousin?
I see this the little boy, and I see that big tall thing right there in the middle of the page.
So that's what I do. If I run into spirits that need help, that they're asking me for the help, you know, uh, with the Love Foundation, I pray and try to call for the Heavenly Father to assist, the spirit. If it's, of whether it's a boy or girl, if there are any spirits that are trapped there, I pray for them. But then there's things that get pissed off when they surface up and show themselves because they got the souls trapped there, right? So they don't want to free them. That's where it becomes a spiritual battle. But this is an example of that. When you say that the way this is standing, blocking this area where the spirit is, that it's kind of guarding it,
It
or
looks,
or doesn't want nobody to go there
it
to
looks
help.
that way, cousin. It looks that way. It looks like it's making sure that nobody goes near it.
Exactly. So if there was an area where my son had gotten lured, only God knows how many other children have gotten lured into that area, man, that live there in that park, over the years. Yeah, because you could hear somebody running around you when you go in that path in Elms Grove. But I'm just sharing it here with y'all, brothers and sisters. Yeah, it's definitely blocking me that it's there, and visually I could sense something, but I could see that it was there. It was a camera that captured that. Yeah. I just wanted to share this picture with you. Let me see what the people saying in the comments. I see somebody said the stick man. Yeah, we're gonna stop at the 3 hour mark. Not his cousin Jesse wants to go another hour. It's 2:24 right now.
I probably won't be able to because I'm fighting to stay awake now.
All right, we'll finish at 3.
I had a very busy searching day.
Searching.
Told you I lost my mom at the flea market, man.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
did I did 17 laps around that damn flea market until I found her.
Everybody's saying that they see the child. Yeah, there was this little native girl that always come to me for help.
Yes, Monica. That's why for a while we were getting trolled incessantly every day that we came on. We had to move to this platform to where we finally got free of all those trolls.
They were trolling us, reporting us, and because their goal was to to get rid of my channel, right?
They they
So
they even came on live and threatened us.
yeah, so I said, okay, uh, when you got Jesus Christ on your side, there's nothing to worry about. So I said, we're gonna go on Restream. So we've been on Restream every time they've come in here with fake accounts. They get not just put it out, they get permanently deleted. They can join YouTube or Restream. That's how you solve that. And they get mad because of the evidence that we have here in spiritual encrypted encounters. I mean, I just showed you the spirit of a little boy. Yes, it's good to pray for us that are alive, but you know, as it's being a working through Jesus Christ, He places us in certain locations where there's spirits that might be trapped that need help to cross over. Right? Normally, if they're trapped, it's because something has jurisdiction over them. It's got them trapped there. So then I have to face whatever has the spirit trap and go through that, fight it spiritually to release the trapped soul.
Speaking of,
Yes.
has anybody heard from Exuberance? He's been MIA for a while.
Him and Abigail.
Yeah, him and Abby, I think they're probably the same person.
Yeah, I've helped a lot of spirits throughout the years. They were trapped. They needed help, guidance. They would come to me. They would come to me to help them. Uh, the things that are around would get pissed. But I was just showing you the picture, give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I felt that I had to go to that area to help out the spirits that were trapped there. They were being held captive, right, by this DDN. We don't worship the corn like them. Yeah. They weren't just trolling us, brothers and sisters. They were making threats, death threats, and all kinds of things.
And then we call them
So
out, man, and they call the cops.
yeah, once we call them out and say, okay, let's settle this. They want a hashtag Temple Police Department where I live, trying to say that I'm making death threats and stuff. I wasn't making death threats. I was just making a promise to them.
Promise
You mess
to
with the bull, you get the horns. You know, plain and simple.
a promise to age call anonymous, and then they want to call the cops. They're anonymous. And I think the word, well, I'm not gonna even say the word, but it fits. It's right in there. Started with a P and ends with a J-O.
Yeah. Go ahead and say it, cousin. Pendejo.
Yeah. Yep. How you gonna act tough behind a keyboard, and then when they call you out, and supposedly you're being anonymous, then you're gonna make a phone call and then use your real name. What in the Lord of the Rings happened there?
Look at this one. This is the crazy picture. And this one I was fighting spiritually there, going into that area where the little boy, spirit of the boy was, you know. I went in there to see who else I could help. And this is what happened around me. It's
No,
like,
no, sailor. They didn't come out to his house. Uh, Cynthia. I think they might have eloped. Se la robó. And look at that mugshot. What's up, cousin?
I was just showing the activity, how it was hot and heavy in there with a lot of magnetic interference, because they didn't like me being there. So there was all around me, uh, and there's just a picture. Look, I don't even have no eyes in there.
I know. I see that. You don't got no eyeballs. Your goatee looks like a triangle, man.
Well, I will go into the areas, spiritually, in spirit, more in spirit than in the flesh. Even though I was in the flesh, but I had to fight spiritually through the spirit, through Jesus Christ. When I go into these areas, but yeah, that's what they will cause a lot of interference. Just look at the picture. uh, Batteries, the batteries of the cell phones will blow up. The lenses will crack. The screens will crack. Um, if I took a camcorder, the batteries were drained. Uh, Phones were drained. But it was, imagine you having your phone and the battery blows up out of it, like the whole back just blows out of it.
That's crazy. I've never had experienced that at all.
I went through about 15 or 20 phones in there.
Wow.
All the good ones that I had, they got messed up. So I said, okay, I'm gonna buy some cheap ones here from the Dollar Tree for like $40, $49. All of them. Didn't matter what I was taking in there, they were messing everything up. Some of the images that I captured in there were demonic, worse than what I have here. And I didn't want to show those pictures because there were demons that I captured in the camera. So I got rid of the whole phone, just tossed it into the woods. I didn't see where I tossed it or nothing. I prayed and I just got rid out of the phone because I had captured it. It's kind of like this: when I would take a picture, they'll be like right there, looking at me. When I look at the picture, but when I look like this, there was nothing there. But when I look like this, they were there. I could see through the camera. So I got rid of. Let me take that picture away. We type on a rebuke any negative energies in that picture or any picture that I've shared here tonight. We type on and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, for whatever's there to stay bonded in that area. It's a prayer in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen.
Did PD come to your place? Come all the time. They came. Sometimes it came in a threatful manner, with weapons out of their holsters. Telling you the things that are there make people act. It's kind of like they possess people, so they make people act not themselves. Just put it that way.
They were asking, cousin, if the PD came to your house because of the the guy that
Oh, okay, okay. No, 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 no. They tried to get me in trouble. Y'all want to see the thing? What they put? I don't even know if I got it. I think I got it on SBN News. Let me see if I can pull it up.
the police report
Yeah, well, they were trying to get me in trouble with the law, saying I'm making terrorist threats.
after they came on the live and threatened both of us and Josh's wife.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Uh, they
Sounds
messed up.
cool,
They
Cynthia.
they they hashtagged them, but it wasn't me. They didn't put my name right, so that's why it backfired on them. I'm trying to find the picture. I mean the when they when they tried to tag me to the police department. That was crazy, cousin.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was a long time ago now.
it's been a while. Then I cracked my damn screen.
You know what? I don't even know if I got it in here, cousin.
That's all right, cause we both know they did it. Cause they were little cowards. Want to talk like big G's and then act like little G's, little girls.
But the only big he has is his belly, big belly.
Damn, I cracked the hell out of my screen, man.
Neva's angel said, "I have been seeing something. Apartment I'm staying in. Someone in the walks by quickly. I see something walk by. I figured out today. I'll share the story soon. Cool. Yeah,
Be right back, cousin.
yeah. They've been messing with me for about 5 years or longer than that. They're the ones that were part of what happened to my group. There was a lot of people that came up against me because I brought the spiritual aspect into the cryptid community, spiritual and cryptid encounters, right? So, but before that, it was positive spiritualists. They took on my positive spiritualist side, so I created spiritual and cryptid encounters. Yeah, a lot of people disliked what I was bringing to the table because I was bringing the spiritual aspect of it, and supposedly cryptozoologists and all these people are supposed to be experts of the field see me as a threat because I'm bringing the spiritual aspect of things. So they came at me, and my profile, my Facebook got permanently deleted because I was just doing live feeds on Facebook on my spiritual encrypted encounter. I mean, positive spiritualist. So then I created spiritual encrypted encounters. They attacked my group there again. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna go live on YouTube, and I went from YouTube to where I am right now, doing the live zero stream. Uh, there's one thing about me. If I'm on a mission, I'm going to continue the mission, regardless of who likes it or not. You know, I continue to do the good works. I wasn't raised to be a quitter. Uh, so I'm on mission. You know, doing the good works. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people claim they're experts of this and that, but they're really not. Well, they said they're masters of a lot of trades, but they're really not. Me, I've been doing this works all my life, so I know what I'm talking about. I don't need to bullcrap anybody. I have nothing to gain. Right? If what I don't have nothing to gain because I'm not trying to gain anything from anybody. The only thing I want is people's undivided attention. I don't do it to make money in any kind of way, shape, or form. I just share my wisdom and knowledge to whoever wants to hear. That's it. And if people can relate to me, then and they have something that they want to share, that's what we're here, right? We have that open mic night where people can share their stories.
I'm an expert at eating tacos. Nobody eats tacos like I do.
I don't know. That was as your bro Gilbert, no?
Well, he eats burritos, man. I eat tacos.
Oh shoot.
Everything Gilbert eat has to be in burrito form.
So yes, you know, but there is some of the cryptic groups that believe in Bigfoot and other things that allow me to share my videos there, which I appreciate them. Even though they believe that Bigfoot is real, they also believe in the Heavenly Father. So there's some that allow me, but there's some groups that just want to talk. They just want to believe in Bigfoot and nothing else. Those are the ones that you have to be careful. Those are the ones that attack me. You know, but that's okay. Uh, I'm still here, and I didn't. I was not by myself with a cousin Jesse with me for the ride, and whoever else wants to pop up one day, we're gonna have like 6 people talking on here on the open mic night, and just everybody we could talk about something, and people could give their advice or their opinions, right, to whatever somebody's going through. I have like 6 people. I think we've done it before, right? We had like four or
Yeah,
five people.
yeah, we did. Uh, it was you, myself, Cynthia, I think Wolfden, and Josh.
So they just ate lunch, chicken and tortilla. But yeah,
Hmm?
we're on the 3 hours and 10 minute marker right now.
Sounds like a typo.
I used to have a picture of a white Bigfoot, but to me it was more of a DDN that looked like a white Bigfoot. And I had it on the Bigfoot side, and there were all the people on the Bigfoot side were like, "Where'd you get this? Where'd you get this?" Right? It was a picture of a white Bigfoot, and then they found out it was spiritual encrypted Connor's picture, and they booted me out, they booted me out of their group because they're like, "Oh, that's a guy that's trying to give us a bad reputation and all this stuff because he don't believe that they're in the flesh and he believes that they're spirit." I was just showing them a picture of a DDN or a white Bigfoot, and to this day, I don't know whatever happened to the picture because it stayed in that group. So, so I remember sharing that picture, Years that pass by, and all of a sudden I hear this. They talk about there's a picture out there somewhere of a white Bigfoot. Well, I believe the white picture of the white Bigfoot is my picture that I had put there a long time ago in this group. They kept the picture and said, "Hey, we got a picture of a white Bigfoot."
Stolen content.
That's okay. Okay. You're welcome, Sister Cynthia. I think we're gonna call it a night, brother and sisters. We're now 3 hours and 12 minutes. Is there something you would like to share with cousin?
No, nothing to share. Just want to wish everybody a good night, and may the Lord protect y'all while y'all sleep. Thank you for coming in and spending time here. We enjoy having y'all. Tell your friends about us, and that way we can make this channel grow even larger. Saying that, may the Lord bless you in the morning when you wake up and give you abundance. Good night, y'all.
Here we go.
All right, cousin. Have a good
All
night,
right,
man.
cousin.
Bye, Cynthia.
In saying that, brother and sisters, I want to call it a night myself. I want to say thank you for everybody that tunes in here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Thank you for your undivided attention. Uh, and remember, you're never alone. The Heavenly Father is always with us. Jesus Christ, all we got to do is call upon Him. And if you run into a situation, you could always tie, bind, and rebuke Him in Jesus Christ's name. In saying that, thank you all. Good night. God bless you and sweet dreams, everybody. This is Brother Apesius, Sarncius, signing off from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters.